With 2019 came amazing film productions of quality which has never been seen. I watched 11 of the top rated movies of 2019 and gave them a score from 1 through 10. And in this video, I will tell you the scores I gave them and why. First up is Avengers Endgame, published by Walt Disney Pictures. This follow-up film to the box office breaker film Avengers Infinity War was highly anticipated by fans and critics alike, and it smashed the box office, grossing $2.98 billion and received a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. So, what did I think of Avengers Endgame? Right out of the gate, Avengers Endgame hits with an eerie disappearance of one of the characters' families, setting the tone for the first half of the movie. It also gives the storyline purpose and adds to character development. Overall, brilliant writing went into the making of this film, but the visual effects were also stellar. From explosions to laser beams, everything felt real and captivated the audience throughout the entire film. On my list, Avengers Endgame scored an 8, with my only criticism being the end of the movie, which left me with a big "now what" question in the back of my head. Next on the list is Detective Pikachu, published by Legendary Pictures. This film was highly anticipated by the fans of Pokemon and Nintendo and grossed over $431 million. This flick brings back a lot of nostalgia for me personally as a Pokemon kid, and the visual effects are amazing. From the nighttime neon aesthetic of the city to the beauty of the countryside to the effects in battle, this movie is visually beautiful. However, the acting and writing isn't all that great. I ended up agreeing with the critics and scoring this movie at a 6. Beautiful visuals, but ugly writing and acting. At number 8 is Godzilla King of the Monsters. This sequel to the 2014 Godzilla movie brings back our behemoth buddy Godzilla to fight off yet another world-destroying foe. This new installment features some new creatures that are out of this world, literally. Godzilla faces off against King Ghidorah to fight to be the king of the monsters. The writing of this movie is decent, and there are some pretty stellar acting moments. Combined with amazing visual effects, this makes for a very engaging movie. Due to this, this film ended up getting an 8. Overall, a fantastic flick. Swinging into number 7 is Spider-Man Far From Home. This film takes place shortly after the events of Avengers Endgame. Tom Holland plays Spider-Man and goes on a school trip to get away from his crime-fighting life at home so he can be a normal teenager for once, but crime never sleeps. Spider-Man ends up fighting baddies in the bustling streets of several notable European cities. Overall, Spider-Man Far From Home is host to brilliant writing and visual effects, as well as fantastic acting, which is to be expected from Marvel and Disney. Overall, Spider-Man Far From Home lands an 8 for the amazing visual effects, decent writing, and amazing acting. From deep in the sewers of Derry, Maine is number 6, It Chapter 2. 27 years after Pennywise terrorized the brainwashed citizens of Derry, it is back again to satisfy its never-ending hunger, and the Losers Club must once more band together to defeat him. With eerie writing based off of the Stephen King novel, creepily amazing acting, and terrifying special effects, It Chapter 2 truly makes for an amazing watch. For a movie that I truly enjoyed the ending of, It Chapter 2 takes home a 9. At number 5 is Joker. In this shockingly realistic film, Arthur Fleck struggles with his mental health issues as he plunges further and further into a state of mania, resulting in a bang. The acting in this film is truly amazing. The visual effects create a dark atmosphere, and the writing makes the story come alive, providing a truly immersive experience for the audience. There is no joke here. This fantastic film got a 9 on my list for its fantastic acting. Joaquin Phoenix is truly a force to be reckoned with. Biting into number 4 is Zombieland Double Tap. This sequel of the iconic Zombieland film is a decent follow-up to the original movie. In this film, the main characters start in Washington, D.C. and when one character runs away, they go on a zombie killing adventure to save her. The writing in this movie is intentionally cringy at times, but funny in other places. The visuals are pretty decent, and the acting makes you laugh. Overall, I gave this freaky flick a 7 for showing me how to enjoy the little things. Stabbing into number 3 is Knives Out, a whodunit mystery filled with treachery and plot twists. Knives Out takes place after the assumed suicide of a rich author. However, a noir-type detective believes that it might have been a murder committed by family members to get the inheritance money. This movie is filled with twists and turns that keep the audience guessing. Knives Out is an amazing movie, from the acting to the visuals to the writing. It's absolutely fantastic. After I watched the movie, I wanted my friends to watch it. It was so good. I gave Knives Out a 9 because it definitely deserves it. In the neighborhood of number 2 is A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. In this touching film, Tom Hanks plays Fred Rogers, our beloved childhood friend who taught us all how to deal with our feelings. The main character is a journalist named Lloyd Vogel who has a terrible outlook on life, and Mr. Rogers makes it his job to fix that. The writing is absolutely amazing, the acting is better, and the visuals are decent. For this reason, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood lands an 8. Swindling its way into number 1 is The Irishman, a Netflix original. This film is by far the longest film I watched, but it is also one of my favorites. In The Irishman, a 1950s truck driver, Frank Sheeran, gets involved in the mob as a hitman to provide for his family. This film takes a light approach to the dark topic and is definitely a movie I'd consider a classic of the 2010s. Overall, the writing was amazing, the acting was stellar, and the visuals were pretty good. I gave The Irishman a 9 due to its amazing plot. Well, that's my list for the top 10 movies of 2019. Truly a fantastic year for the film industry. Make sure to tune in every Monday for the Chatfield announcements. Keep it charging, Chargers.